Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we are going to look at a Magpul foregrip today. This is the M-LOK AFG, or Magpul M-LOK angled foregrip. Comes in a couple different colors. We have the Desert Earth one up here right now. I think there's a black and olive and a gray as well that you can look through. But this is an M-LOK version. So if you're not familiar with M-LOK, it's a different kind of mounting system that uses these rectangular cutouts in the shroud system to mount whatever accessory you have to it. So there are adapters that you can get if you are all of your stuff is meant to mount to a normal Picatinny, like up here, like you see this 1913 rail up here. If all your stuff normally mounts to that, they do make adapters so that you can mount those pieces to M-LOK style rails, so you're never out. You can't, like, you can just never use it. There's just certain ones specifically designed to go onto the M-LOK, or you need an adapter to convert your rail style to an M-LOK style. But we've got an M-LOK style right here, angled foregrip. Figured this would be the perfect gun to set it up on. It's nice and long right here, so plenty of options is where it wants to set up. I've already put one screw assembly together, and I've left one out so that we can go ahead and set that one up and get the gun done. So what you're going to get in your kit if you were to buy this is the angle foregrip, and then you're going to get two sets of mounting hardware, which consists of a screw and kind of like a cap or a turret. If you look at it, you can see that one side, this side has a little notch or a little step to it, and this side has the larger flat side to it. When we put these together, they're going to go like this, with the turret or step side facing down or towards the head of the screw, and the all flat side facing away from the screw, so that it mounts up like this on the foregrip. We're going to put that together real quick, well, as quick as we can. What's going to happen here, if we were to just take this and set this up on here, so start screwing this down, it's going to be too high. And when it goes to set up on the gun itself, when we slide this in, this piece is not going to lock into place. It will just keep rotating around forever and forever, and it will never tighten up. What we need to do is set it up just so when we stick it through the M-LOK shroud, that there's just enough space where it can fit in there and rotate and lock into place. And that way we can tighten it down after that. And if we have it set up too high, it will never lock and it will never tighten down. I've done the first one already, and you can see how high that one sits off the foregrip right here. And if I push this one up, you can see how much higher that one sticks up right there. So I need to set this one up to be about the same height as this one, so that when we put it in, they will both lock down. So we are going to adjust this one. I'm going to put this Allen key in here, and then I'm going to tighten this up to the point where it looks to be about the same as the other one. And my Allen key fell out. This can be a little tricky sometimes, but you just gotta keep working at it until you can get it down to the spot that you need. And I do recommend testing it consistently to make sure that, or not consistently, but regularly, to make sure that you're not overdoing it, you're not going too far, so then you don't have to go backwards and undo what you've already done. All right, so let me see here. Looks to be pretty close. If I push that one out there, push that one out there. This one is a little bit lower, but let's see if it will still rotate and lock into place. All right, so now, if we look at this from the top, you can see that this is cut long ways right here. If I rotate it, it won't fit through these square cuts on the shroud. If I bring it back this way, it will fit through the shroud. That's what we want. We want these to fit through on both sides. And then when I rotate, it should lock. It should turn and then stop, because it's actually locking against the square inside. Let me see if this one does. This one does not. See, this one is continually rotating around. So I know that it's still a little bit too high. So I'm going to pull it out of there. And I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. This one locked, no problem. This one is being a little booger. All right, so let's get that in there. We'll bring this down a little bit more. We just did like another half turn right there, and we'll see if that's enough for this one. So again, we're going to make sure that these are lined up parallel with that. We're going to slide through. That one locks, and so does that one. So now we've gone just enough. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten that down. So now the locks are in place. It's just the screw in the assembly is not tight right now. So we're going to rotate until we feel it lock up. So now we're just bringing that screw closer until it tightens up. There we go. This offers a very, very secure mounting platform on there. There we go. Oof. So depending on how you're going to hold on to that, you're going to put your hand under there like this. You're going to wrap your finger around the front of it, hold on to the front of it, hand on the side, whatever you're going to do. It really gives you that comfort and that feel. You can push that gun back and get it into your shoulder and make it nice and comfortable. Plus with this size gun, you've got so many options. This could be slid up or down along this rail system and put it really anywhere you want. One thing I will remind you though, is depending on shroud length, certain things like this angled foregrip might not fit there because there might not be enough room. So make sure you know your length of your shroud and if this will fit on there. I had brought one up earlier before we did this video, and the cutout in the shroud wasn't long enough to accommodate this grip on there. So make sure you know beforehand what you're getting, or for lengths, that's not even a word, lengths, so that you don't buy one and then it doesn't fit. So M-LOK AFG angled foregrip, I believe 4 different colors. This is the M-LOK version. There are other versions, so make sure you are picking the right version for your setup. Otherwise, you're going to need some adapters. But get it at ansgear.com.